Hello and welcome, one and all. This is Old School Gamer 1971 here. Millie, Lloyd, everyone, hope you're all having a great day. If you would, please like and comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Support the channel and help it grow. Today's thoughts is on Final Fantasy VII Remake. I've been playing this game for around 3 hours, and this is what I think. Final Fantasy VII Remake is a fantasy RPG that was developed by Square Enix and came to the PlayStation 4 in 2020. Here's to hoping that it lives up to my high expectations. Starting life being developed for the Nintendo PlayStation, yeah that's right, Nintendo PlayStation, then for the N64 CD. Thanks to some stupid decisions by Nintendo, the game released for the original PlayStation became one of my favourite games of all time, part of the Holy Trinity: Jet Set Willy, Final Fantasy VII and Resident Evil. Square Enix has made some of my favourite games over the years, whether it's Final Fantasy, Vagrant Story, Parasite Eve or Kingdom Hearts, but long have I hoped for this remake, right from the PlayStation 3 tech demo to the E3 announcement, even to now. This is the one remake that I have almost needed. So I'm going to try and do this as spoiler free as possible. You play as Cloud Strife, an ex-soldier, now mercenary, who has been employed by Avalanche, a resistance group standing against the Shinra Electric Company. Avalanche oppose them from their flagrant disregard for the planet. Shinra are slowly killing the planet, and at the beginning Cloud doesn't care. In time his heart changes, with an expanded Midgar and fleshed out characters, which was long overdue. It is the same story, but at the same time it is just so much more. There are surprises even for the well-versed veteran of Final Fantasy VII. Side quests are also something new. They also entertain and are well written. It is obvious that time and love was put into this title. So is this Final Fantasy VII, or is it faux fiction 7-ish? The combat has changed, no longer the turn-based affair the original was, and instead a more immersive combat system. This means that you will have your favourites to use in combat. Strengths and weaknesses of each character will mean you will have to work out which is better and which is best when it comes down to your choice of party members. Movement is also a lot more fluid, and the areas you move around in feels more open than most RPGs. The materia played a big role in the original and also plays a big role here. Choosing your loadout, with an expanded world for you to explore, a story that goes more in depth, and characters that you grow to know better, glimpses of the world that you've never seen before. It is a better game that has not been afraid to step away from what came before, but at the same time never steps too far. I know it's hard to believe now, but the original was graphically groundbreaking for its time. RPGs just didn't look that way at the time. Suikoden released around the same time. It is a great game, but it looked more like the Final Fantasies of old. Again, this game looks outstanding. Maybe not as groundbreaking, but certainly is no slouch when it comes to the graphical department. Whether it's the characters, world, or those amazing looking cutscenes, graphically, this game does impress.
Drop your weapon! Are you blind?
You know, you're right.
Wait!
Outstanding is the only word I can say. The updated soundtrack just is jaw-dropping for a fan of the original. You know the soundtrack, but it just sounds more epic now. The music I look forward to most was Prelude and Aerith's theme. I was not disappointed. Adding the world sound, the combat sounds, the voiceover is great, which is good as you'll be putting up with hundreds of hours by the time that this tale will be finally fully told. This is one outstanding remake. All the feelings came flooding back that the original had instilled in me. But it was when I was beginning to get new feels from the characters and their stories. The more in-depth backstory makes that gut punch that the players of old will remember of the slums all the more a tougher pill to swallow. This has kept its atmosphere and then added another layer. I know that for some the changes will be too much. For me, I remember the remake of Psycho from the 90s. It's pretty much shot for shot the same as the Hitchcock classic. Other than a couple of shots, it was exactly the same movie. So why watch the inferior version if it's exactly the same as the original? This is why I love this game as much as the original, and maybe dare I say it, more than, because it adds to what was great already and takes nothing away. So Final Fantasy VII Remake this most definitely is. I'm off to apologise to Persona 5 Royal for ignoring it for the next 4 months.
You know what I want. A second dance. Just the two of us.
If you are hearing this, you've made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for your support. Give it a thumbs up and comment if you've enjoyed the video. Please share everywhere as it helps the channel grow and puts a big old smile on this old face. Leave your suggestions down below in the comments. Enjoy your day one and all. This has been Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.